things are happening, and right here, former head of state, that is Ibrahim Babangida, have sent a very strong and very important message to the president Muhammad Buhari. Though we know that even though Ibrahim Babangida was not very much a good president back then as head of state, we know that he can still give advice, like he said earlier, that he has been giving advice to presidents. And somehow, I don't know if it has helped one way or the other, but I cannot really say. But the thing is, why is it at this time that so many things are coming up? Nigeria is facing serious insecurity threats from Boko Haram, bandits, criminals, kidnappers, and all sorts. But the most shameful and painful part is our Nigerian army have been unable to face Boko Haram all these years. And it is also shameful that the money or the funds that were meant to purchase weapons for all of these battles are still moving in the air, stories upon stories, and yet we have not seen anyone being prosecuted for the missing funds. But right here, it is good that the former head of state have sent this very important message to the president Muhammad Buhari, because at this very present time, we need this very information that he is giving to President Muhammad Buhari. I'm sure you want to know, but of course, don't forget this is Saffron Media, and we are here to give you the best, the most trending, exciting, reliable, and authentic happenings in Nigeria, especially in the area of politics and many more. So ensure you stay tuned, relax, get the best, and also help us like, share, turn on the notification bell, and as well, don't forget to also give this video a thumbs up. All right, guys, without further ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. As it says that former head of state Ibrahim Babangida, IBB, on Sunday urged the federal government to equip the military with modern weapons to tackle insecurity. Babangida said the federal government should also train the military in the use of modern weapons. He stated this in an interview with BBC Hausa Services. According to Babangida, he said, provide them with all they require and let them know this is their country. They have no other country better than this. They also need to be trained on how to use the modern weapons, not to get weapons and just hand them over to them. They should be trained. The former leader also disclosed that he usually advised the federal government on ways to end insecurity. He said, we give advice as we can, but we don't make noise about it. We don't announce that this is what we say. We should unite. We should support those in power. We are all working towards achieving the same goal. Between the leaders and the citizens, we need peace and harmonious relationships. Babangida further urged Nigerians to unite with the government in the fight against insecurity. The problem of insecurity, every government has its experience, but if we unite, I remember how we fought the civil war for 3 years. The people supported the government did its best, but what was necessary? Those who fought were made to understand that this country is the best for them, he said. I think he made a very important point right there. But our major concern and fear about this present government is that they don't take advice from the citizens of the country. They always see advice and criticism as an attack, as an antagonizing or antagony on them. So, how do we unite with the government? How do we unite with the administration? You know, it is really very difficult to unite with such a government that sees every of your advice, that sees every of your criticism as an attack on their personality or an attack on their government. So it is really, really difficult. I understand what the former head of state is trying to say, because back then when we talk about the civil war, it is a war that has to do with, you know, everyone, and they were fighting against foreigners that has invaded, or let's say they wanted independence, and there was a lot of clashes between the Igbos and all of that, Biafra, a lot of things. But of course, there was togetherness even as much as there was a war. But at the end of the day, they triumphed. But this time around, even if we agree that there is a war in Nigeria, our government has not agreed. So, how do we move forward? That is where we should first think about it. That is one of the things we should first calculate. Because if the people are saying there's an ongoing war, especially with insecurity, banditry, kidnapping, and when people are talking about all of these things and the government is trying to cover all of this up and saying that Nigerians do not know what they're saying, that a lot of Nigerians are just lying just to bring down their government, how do we put these things together? How do we come to a compromise? Yes, that is the truth, because it is so unfortunate that these guys do not even want to take advice from citizens of the country. They don't even want to hear. They just have it all planned out. The way they want things to happen, they have a way of arranging, or they have a way of how they have calculated and permutated how they want Nigeria to be. So I hope that this advice by the former head of state is taken seriously, because what he said is actually true. Let them get new, sophisticated, and modern weapons that they can use, to fight all of these insurgencies in the country. But guess what? We are still looking for all of the funds that were meant to use for the purchase of weapons. And even after purchasing the weapons, they will tell them that, okay, bring someone that will, train these guys on how to use this weapon. One person will embezzle the money. They will not bring anybody that will train them. They will just pick someone among themselves, and the person will do try and error, and that is it. That is why our soldiers are being killed all the time. Some of them do not even know how to face deadly terrorists. They are not trained. A lot of them are undertrained. A lot of them do not even understand what it feels like to go fight a war. And those are the people you put at the forefront to go and fight deadly terrorists like Boko Haram. So it is so unfortunate that our government is not a government that listens to the people. As much as they call it democracy, that is a government for the people and by the people, but it has not really played out in this present administration and government. And hopefully we just pray that they come to the right senses and do the right thing. Yes, so that is it, my dear people. Thank you so much for listening. Drop your comment and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.